These are some of the youngest members of the Edina community. Some will graduate in June of this year. Some won't graduate until the year 2020 or beyond. What will the world look like for these Edina students? What challenges will they face? What careers will they choose? What skills will they need? Edina schools consistently rank among the top in our nation, and this does not happen by chance. Several years ago, when classroom personal computers needed to be purchased to enhance student learning, but tight school budgets prohibited such an expense, a group of dedicated community members gathered, and the Edina Education Fund was born.
On electricity, we were talking about magnetism. Today we're going to make electric motors.
The Ed Fund's mission is to provide financial resources that support valuable education experiences and innovative projects throughout the district.
The Project Lead the Way curriculum is a multi-year pre-engineering curriculum that starts in the middle school and works all the way through the high school. And now that the Edina schools are certified to offer college credit, all of our high school classes are classes where students can actually earn 3 college credits through the University of Minnesota. There's computers, there's devices that are specific to each class, there's a lot of consumables, there's a lot of things that we need. And although it's a great curriculum, it can't really happen without support from partners like the Edina Education Fund, who have done a phenomenal job supporting the program.
I wanted to have a show for 9th graders that would allow them to create a story and bring it out on the road. We went to Gillette's Children's Hospital. It was amazing what all of the kids experienced after that. They really saw how theater can play a role that has a lot less to do about me being on stage and more about what am I giving out to people who might be in need.
4 more models and 2 people want to draw. I look okay. Can I draw?
Especially with art, there are a lot of really fine motor skill things the kids are learning. There are lots of small details that they can't see unless they're either right up next to me or they're projected on the large screen. We wrote a grant so that we could have document cameras and the carts that go with them in all of the art rooms, in all of the schools. So 6 elementary schools and 6 document cameras. It encourages kids to do their best, because then I always say, you know, I'll ask someone to share on the document camera, and they love it because, you know, I think part of it is sharing, but part of it is seeing their work on the screen. It's like a television.
I like it because then you just look up at the board instead of walking over to a table.
Look at the word. Concord received grants this year for 2nd grade to get smart boards in our classroom, and it's made a huge difference in how I'm teaching in here because the kids, they are so much more involved with what I'm doing. They get to be a part of their learning.
I like smart boards because you can play games and you can draw stuff and touch stuff and move stuff with your fingers. If you had a whiteboard and you were doing ABC order, then you have to erase the word and then write it again. But on a smartboard, you can, if there's a word, then you can just move it. Mrs. Ardinger can like set links about it, and then we get to do the links.
It's changed everything I do.
We went to the Ed Fund and talked about, you know, what ideas could make it possible for teachers to learn more about writing and bring that to the classroom and really enhance writing within the district.
Just getting them excited about writing and engaged and wanting to write has been a huge deal, and the kids are wanting to write.
My topic that I chose was alternative fuels for cars, and my first smaller project I did was a letter to a car company.
So they're putting it onto a blog. Some of them are doing PowerPoint, some are doing movies, some are doing letters.
I just want to thank the Edina Ed Fund for allowing me to be part of the Edina writing cohort. I am a science teacher, and I understand the importance of my students being able to communicate effectively and precisely.
Students are going to be improving in writing, and improving in writing means improving in an ability to think critically.
We are very appreciative to the Ed Fund for giving us this opportunity to work with kids on their writing. It's an opportunity that I think we've been hoping to have for a very long time. Any student can come, it's voluntary in nature, it's free, and we have trained writing coaches here so that we can work with students on whatever it is that they want help with as a way to get feedback and some of that one-to-one support that I think a lot of kids would benefit from.
Thanks to the Ed Fund, we've been able to have these budget scenarios and personal finance applications that we could not have done before. Before we were doing everything on paper, and with the laptops and the grants, we've been able to have the students connect what we've been doing in class to so much more outside in the real world. Housing, budgets, credit cards, the stock market, all of this has been thanks to the Personal Finance Literacy Grant, and it's been a huge success.
Keeping pace with the rapid changes of today's educational environment isn't easy, and more importantly, it's costly. When needs arise and budgets are tight, the Ed Fund is there to quickly meet those needs in innovative and responsive ways.
Especially this day and age, one of the things we can't pull off is buying some of the things that we need in order to make these great ideas that teachers have come to life. And with the Ed Fund, we've been able to do that here in Edina.
With an organization like the Edina Ed Fund, it has really helped us to bridge the gap.
We can't depend on state and federal funds to get the needs met for our young people's future, their education. We are dependent on our community.
The smart boards are just one thing the Ed Fund has done to help our classroom, and this one thing has made an impact on not just my classroom this year, but on the kids that I'll have for the next however many years I'm here.
Without the Ed Fund, this would not have been possible, and the kids are the ones that benefit. So like at Concord, you have 600 kids benefiting from this one document camera, and I can't say thank you enough to the Ed Fund.
It's like dropping a rock in the water, and it just continues to spread.
The funding that parents give is not only appreciated, but it's vital to some of the creativity that we see in the Edina Public Schools, and that keeps us a leader in education.
Every classroom has been changed, and every student has been touched by the Edina Education Fund. We have created a tradition of excellence in education at Edina Public Schools, and it's a tradition we all seek to maintain.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Join us. Join us, please.
Join us.
Join us!
Join us.
Join us!
Join us.
Please join us.